This is Celeste. It's one of the last hard 2D platformers that I can platinum since I've done almost every one at this point. Trophy guides have it rated a 9 out of 10. And when you see how hard some of these later levels are, you'll understand, because this is some of the most precise level design I've seen in any platformer. But let's get into the basics of Celeste. Here we play as Madeline, who wants to reach the summit of Celeste Mountain. Mechanically, we can jump, wall climb, and most importantly, dash. When her hair is reddish, that means we have a dash. When it's blue, we don't. So I'll need to use my dash strategically and recover it by landing on a platform. There is something called assist mode, which gives me infinite dashes and climbing stamina, which will take this platinum all the way down to a 2 out of 10, which I obviously won't be using. Here in chapter 1, I came across my first strawberry. First of 175 I'll need for a trophy. That gave me some points. Yeah, so I wonder how this is going to compare to the other, I was going to say the other Jump Kings. The other platformers that I've played. So let's rank them all by difficulty towards the end of this video and see where Celeste ends up. Chapter 1 is pretty basic. It has these moving conveyor belt platforms that I had to use to get around, and also introduces us to our first winged strawberry. These fly away if you dash, so you need to grab it without dashing, which I didn't know yet, so I'll do a cleanup phase for strawberries after I beat the game. The gameplay is very smooth and flowy though, a big difference from the other platformers I've platinumed. I had the speedrun timer enabled at the top left to give me a sense of how long sections were taking me, and chapter 1 took about 18 minutes, indicated by the smaller number. The larger number is the time spent on the entire save file. Here at the end of chapter 1, we reach a memorial for those who perished on their ascent, and Madeline questions her decision to even climb the mountain in the first place. In beating chapter 1 pops our first trophy. I still haven't got a trophy. Okay. And conveniently, the game shows how many deaths we had during a chapter. Here we had 55, so I'm curious to see what that'll come out to by the end of the game. Completing chapter 2 will pop the trophy Archaeology. In here we find this mirror that breaks open, and out comes a reversed version of Madeline. We also gain the ability to dash through these blocks, which is one of my favorite mechanics in this game. We find a room with a cassette tape, which will unlock the B-side version of this chapter. That's just a harder variant that I'll have to beat later. For now, we take the cassette and the trophy that comes with it. Gateway, we unlock the B-side. Then we meet up with a reversed self, Madeline. She tries to talk us out of climbing the mountain, saying we're not capable and whatnot. But Madeline is strong enough to not listen to the noise. We got a doubter right here. That's the voice in your head that tells you can't do things in life. Don't listen to it, folks. We spend the rest of the chapter running from Madeline, who follows our exact pathing but delayed. We meet Theo, a photographer from Seattle who wants to increase his Instapic follower count through filtered catfish thirst traps. And the chapter ends with Madeline calling her mom from a payphone to talk about how overwhelmed she is. We got Archaeology. So chapter 2 took 41 minutes and 60 deaths to complete, but chapter 3 was going to be a spike in difficulty. Here we're in a filthy hotel that we helped clean for Mr. Oshiro. I personally think the hardest part of this chapter was the minigame Pico 8 that we need to complete for a trophy. Here we have a more pixelated version of the game, which also feels more janky. The screens get harder the further in you go, and it just gets to a point where you're stringing together dashes that you regen by popping these balloons. Yes! Is that it? What is this? Is it just like double dashes? That's it. So yeah, we have an extra dash now, but that's not going to make this any easier, because if you think about it, the rest of this minigame was designed with the double dash in mind. This makes it feel like I didn't even gain a new ability, because the difficulty now scales with the dash. I would have liked this double dash to make the game easier, at least temporarily, so I feel the significance of it. On the flip side, the difficulty spike forced me to strategize on how to use my dashes to reach certain spots, and it was a thought-provoking trial and error process that felt rewarding to overcome. And I can't really remember deeply thinking about my next move in other platformers I've played. They were more so just tests of mechanical skill, but maybe I'm just forgetting. I don't know. Okay, I think I was able to do it there. I just need to go to the right direction. Maybe I can get to that box, but then how do I get to that key? Yo. Yes! No, I missed a strawberry! All right. The last level of the minigame was this crazy sequence where you have to quickly string together dashes to hit the balloons and make it to the top. We're right there. We're literally right there. Yes! Real gamer. Complete Celeste for Pico 8. Oh my gosh, how long did that take? 36 minutes, 302 deaths, 12 strawberries. Sheesh, man. But back to the normal chapter we go, where I died a lot trying to get some of the strawberries, which also inflated my chapter time. And we eventually see Madeline again, who convinces Mr. Oshiro that we never cared to help him and that he's pathetic, so he gets angry and starts chasing us. And during the chase, I got my 30th strawberry and a trophy. We got a trophy. Strawberry badge. Collect 30 strawberries. When the chase ends, Oshiro says he's closing the hotel and we get another trophy. checking out. Complete chapter 3. So my death count for chapter 3 was triple that of chapter 2, and it took me an hour and 15 minutes to complete. And I'm pretty sure that doesn't count the deaths in time it took for me to beat the Pico 8 minigame. But the death count was only going to increase in chapter 4. That's because a bunch of new mechanics, including wind that works against you, bubbles that spit you in whatever direction you choose, and moving blocks that you have to control to get from point A to point B. Now, I don't know if the chapter is genuinely long or I just struggled, but I reached the gondola after 53 minutes. Here, our aspiring Instapic star and I ride the way up when the gondola stalls and Madeline starts having a panic attack. Theo suggests picturing a feather, a trick he learned from his grandpa, so we control this feather to keep it inside this box. Suddenly, everything returns to normal and the chapter is done. Breathe. So chapter 4 takes the crown for our highest death count so far. And although chapter 5 would end up taking me longer, I died a lot less. Here we're in the mirror temple where we find Theo's phone, but no Theo. That's because earlier he went ahead alone to take some cool pictures for Instapics, and now we can't find him. Classic. So we explore the temple in hopes of finding him while dealing with the Seeker enemies, which do exactly what they're called. Seek you. Eventually we find him, but he's stuck in a crystal that we can't break, so we carry him instead while making our way through what's left of the temple. At the end, we throw Theo into this eye and we're done with chapter 5. In the mirror. It only took 151 deaths to beat, but maybe it was just an easier chapter. In chapter 6, we use the new feather mechanic, in which you can fly around really quickly. This is another favorite of mine. We try to set Battleline free, but she takes it the wrong way and sends us falling down, Jump King style. As we progress, we find her again and propose working together, which she declines, and so we have a boss fight. We win by dashing into her over and over throughout each screen, and this fight is kinda long, not gonna lie. But it was also really cool, especially the feather parts, because they flow so nicely. It's a flow, there's like a rhythm to it. Use the master. At the end, we finally cooperate with Battleline and we fuse, which gives us a second dash, and shortly after, we get the chapter completion trophy. I get 2 dashes now? Oh my gosh. Reflection. Now for chapter 7, the final one. This one is really long since we have to climb the entire mountain again. About 50 minutes into it, I came across this strawberry but had no idea how to get it. I could grab it, but that's not enough. I need to advance further ahead for it to count. And where am I supposed to get the other... Where am I supposed to get the other dash from to be able to like actually scale that? See, I can't get high enough. How am I supposed to get high enough? I don't have the slightest clue. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying everything, going around on the other side to grab it and maybe going up, but it never worked. I was repeating the same strategies that I knew didn't work just because I didn't know what else to do, but I wanted to figure this out. I knew it was gonna feel amazing to do so. And it took probably around 20 minutes or so for me to finally start to catch on. Hold on. There's something here. I think that's it. I think I figured it out. All right, I hope I figured it out. I think that's it. Wait, what? Okay, no, I think I have to grab it again, right? Okay, I probably. Yeah, and then jump over. Yep. Ooh, I'm gonna cry, bro. Oh! Oh, I almost fumbled that. Oh my gosh. How long was I on that? The timer when I first got there said 6 hours and 4 minutes, and when I finished, 6 hours and 30 minutes. So 24 minutes getting that strawberry. Later, we see both of them apologizing to each other, which makes for a really wholesome moment, and it was kind of getting me, I'm not gonna lie. Man, it just gets more wholesome as we go, man. I'm about to cry. What the heck, man? Stop. Come on, man. Stop. They need to stop with this stuff. It better not get any more wholesome than this. As we advance, we see these flags that count as checkpoints, and they count down all the way till 1, where we'll reach the summit. And during my ascent here, I actually got my 80th strawberry and a trophy. Okay, we got it. Strawberry medal. Collect 80 strawberries. Yeah, let's go. And about 20 minutes later, we finally reached the summit. Happy New Year! We've made it! Don't tell me she's gonna die, bro. She got a little taste of sentience and don't want to give it up. Celeste! First playthrough complete in 7 hours and 17 minutes. That chapter took 2 hours. Oh my gosh. And I died 525 times on that chapter, which makes sense given how long it was and how much time I spent going for that one strawberry. My total deaths for the game was 1,328, so I don't know if that's low or high. And as you can see, we still have a lot of strawberries to go back and get, so we got to do that. But thoughts on the game and the story, I really liked it. It was cool. Has a really nice wholesome story that's relatable, dealing with mental health issues and whatnot. A wholesome ending with the two girls actually working together to get to the summit, which was really nice. And the gameplay was really good. So let's get into some cleanup where we'll be hunting every last strawberry in Crystal Heart. In chapter 1, I missed 12, and while I could easily use a guide to find their locations, I tried to find them on my own, which leads to some really satisfying discoveries. Ah! The arrow showed me everything I needed to know. There's got to be something here, bro. Yeah, strawberry. What are these butterflies doing? It felt like the butterflies were important for something, but I just didn't know what to do about them. So I just left the area because I didn't know that they were needed for a crystal heart. But I will come back to try to solve this. My strategy for finding the strawberries involved using the game's UI. At the bottom of the pause screen, we see a bunch of notches and circles that look like a timeline. The notches represent strawberries I've missed, the blue circles are ones I've gotten, and the red ones mean I got that one on this exact run. So I'd grab a strawberry that I've already collected to turn it red and see which one it is chronologically. Then use that info to narrow down the location of the ones I'm missing. And it was working. Although it wasn't as quick as following a guide, it felt better this way. And here in chapter 3, I found the crystal heart. Some require you to solve puzzles, while others you just need to find. Scattered and lost. Collect the crystal heart in chapter 3. After finishing the strawberries in chapters 3 and 4, I still needed chapter 4's crystal heart, which I saw floating here in this room, but I didn't know how to get it. I wanted so badly to figure this one out on my own. According to the timer, I was here for at least 13 minutes just trying random stuff, hoping something would work. And since I was doing this on stream, unfortunately someone accidentally spoiled the solution for me and I didn't get the satisfaction of getting it done myself. I knew it had something to do with this white block, but not sure what exactly, and you simply just have to hold crouch while standing on it. This inverts the room, which allows you to walk on the background elements and grab the crystal heart. So although I was robbed of figuring this out on my own, there's still some more puzzles for me to solve later. I went on to chapter 8, but this wall was blocking me because I didn't have 4 total crystal hearts and I needed 2 more. So I went back to chapter 1 to try to solve the butterfly one. I genuinely don't know what to do here, but I want to figure it out. I'm just going to study the pattern of these butterflies. They always dash in the same direction. And it must have something to do with this monitor and this satellite. Let me see if the pattern on the screen lights up in the same order every time. White, pink, blue. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Like, do I just dash in the direction of the order? Up, left, diagonal down, and then what's next? Red is up, right, pink is left. Yellow's up, left. Oh, it worked! What the? Yo! What the? Okay. Pointless machines. Well, that's one more down to open up that block that I came across in chapter 8. Chapter 2's crystal heart was a lot easier to get because you didn't have to solve a puzzle, but you did have to work this mechanic where you get your dash back in between screens and use that to get up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, wasn't too bad. Oh, that gives us resurrections. So I advanced past the block in chapter 8, and I need to find the remaining strawberries here. Also, I'll get a different trophy at the end of the chapter for getting the crystal heart. Chapter 8 introduces some new mechanics like these switches that you hit to flip the rooms. Also, I can't simply get my dashes back by landing on a flat surface anymore. So yeah, chapter 8 was gonna be tough. Oh, okay, I got it. I'm not gonna lie, the only thing that pisses me off about this game is like the inputs don't work sometimes. I don't understand. It thinks I'm going diagonal when I'm just trying to go directly to the side. This is tough. Yes! Yes! Okay, wait, how do I get the strawberry though? I was probably supposed to grab it when I was in the air. Come on, man. How do you get that? Ooh, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, there we go. Perfect. And after 41 minutes, I finally made it to the end of the chapter. This is it. This is what's at the center of all this. It's so empty and vast. What the heck? This is trippy. yet it feels nostalgic somehow and peaceful. Crystal Heart. Heart of the Mountain. Still missing 2 strawberries, so we're gonna have to go back. 180 deaths though on core, which honestly that's a lot less than I expected. So I replayed the chapter, but this strawberry is kind of hard to get because you have to use these bouncy things to try to get around, and it's just very precise. Oh yes, we got it. All right, we need one more strawberry. Oh, here we go. Oh, the last strawberry's right here. Boom, 175. Impress your friends. We've done it. But technically still not done with these strawberries because I still need the 1-up trophy. For this, I need to have 6 strawberries following me at once. When you grab one, it follows you until you touch the ground. So keeping all 6 following me is tricky, but the game does allow you to touch the ground for just a few frames without the strawberry disappearing. I figured chapter 1 would be the easiest for this, so I went there. No. No! This is tough. 4. There's one down below I need to get. Of course. No! All right, we're about to get it. We're about to get it like one of these next tries. We need one more. Did I do it? I fumbled. I fumbled right at the end. Oh, no, I got it. Oh my gosh, let's go. After getting 2 more Crystal Heart trophies, there was one more locked behind a puzzle, but I had no idea how to solve this one. All I remember is that the butterfly pattern you had to dash in certain directions to trigger it, but it showed you a specific order through the monitor. Here, we don't have that luxury. Bro, I'm so lost. And what are the colors for? I wish it was like a hint, you know, at least that. The game gives you no possible solution, like no clues at all. Something, you know, something. At least the butterfly puzzle had the monitor. Bro, I really don't want to look this up, but I feel like I have to, man. I genuinely don't know what to do here. Here's what I'll do. I'll ask ChatGPT to give me a hint. That's it. The order matters and the colors aren't just for show. Think about where else you've seen them. If you pay attention to the world around this room, especially before entering, you might notice something that matches. That's all I'll say. I had the thought that it might have something to do with another room. I mean, ChatGPT has also been known to be wrong, so it could just be leading me astray here, but I am gonna explore a little bit outside and see if there's anything that correlates to those colors. I'm still lost. I'm exploring here and I don't see anything. I'm sorry. I tried. I genuinely tried. I really did. I've been here for probably like 15 minutes. Oh wait, hold on. This video guide is gonna give me a tip. Okay, so this video guide is not gonna spoil the entire thing. Think about the other Crystal Hearts of this game. Do the colors here remind you of one of them? What? That doesn't help me at all. Yeah, I need the solution. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. The first chapter's Crystal Heart featured colored birds, where each bird represented a dash in a specific direction. For this chapter, you need to use the original dash sequence from chapter 1, but modify it. How am I supposed to know that? There was no way I was ever figuring this out. Like genuinely zero chance. Apparently, this second symbol means you need to swap it, so you need to dash in it. Okay, wow. Whoever figured this out, props to you. Like, I don't even know what to say. And there goes the Crystal Heart. That's crazy. There was, I don't know. Heavy and frail. I mean, I'm not really hyped about, you know, getting the trophy because I had to use the guide for it, but how else was I supposed to do it realistically? Chapter 1's B-side was definitely a step up in difficulty, but it still wasn't too bad. The level design here spams a bunch of spikes everywhere, but it's very manageable, and it didn't really take me long to beat it. Ah, that was it. Sever the Skyline, 14 minutes and 55 seconds. Also, that's what those deaths are for. Only 82 deaths. Chapter 2's B-side was definitely harder than the first one, but still wasn't too bad. It makes even more use of this extended dash mechanic or whatever this is. I don't even know what it's called. And for that reason, I found it to be really fun, except the end where I just could not seem to get up for some reason. Oh my gosh! Like, yo, it's like dangling right in front of my face. Like, come on. Bro, I went up. Ah, it's right there. Grab the stupid heart. It's right there. Thank you! Sheesh, bro. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing ever, bro. Each following B-side seemed to be longer than the last, mainly because the chapters just get longer as you go. So my time and death count for the B-sides were going up. I would like to show more of these B-sides, but they were really long, and I think focusing on the C-sides coming up is more important since they were harder. So if you want to see the uncut version of my B-side runs, those are on the live tab on my channel since I stream pretty much all my platinums. But here's the wrap up of most of the B-sides. GG! That one is a little challenging, not too bad. Good karma. 34 minutes on that one. 218 deaths. Done. Done. The golden feather. 57 minutes is crazy, man. 307 deaths. Done. 37 minutes, baby. Mirror magic. And only 156 deaths. Let's go! Center of the earth. After an hour and 14 minutes. 447. Now, Chapter 7's B-side was much different from the others. Number one, because it's absurdly long. But number two, they introduce a new mechanic just moments before you finish the level. Like, come on, man. Here you have to wall bounce by dashing up, then quickly jumping off the tiny wall. And I better get used to this, because there's no way I'll be able to beat the C-sides without mastering this. But I just couldn't get the hang of it initially. Oh, this is so hard, bro. Yes. Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm right there and I just want to be done and get my trophy. But they're robbing me of that. Oh! Yo, so... No! Come on! And you're supposed to wall jump off... That is insanely hard. Who designed this? That is insane. The expectations of a player. The fact that, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm actually gonna lose my mind. I can't hit it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Evil, this is evil game design going on right here. Come on. Lock in. Yes, I did it. Oh my gosh. Yo, I can't believe I just did that. Wow, 7B is done. That was the last obstacle. Is it though? Why is it? Hello? Why is it not popping? What is going on here? What the heck is going on? Oh. Wait, don't tell me there's more. Oh, no, I think that's it. Wait, there's more? No, there can't be more. There can't be more. There's no way that... What? Why would they do this? This is so evil. Nah, the devs of this game are evil. They're just evil. And while this last little section did throw a wrench in my plans a bit, it wasn't too bad and I was able to get past it. Oh! Yes! I got it! No more running! Yes! 2 hours and 40 minutes on that. Hey, less than 1,000. Nice. Still have chapter 8 B-side to do before I can unlock any C-sides, unfortunately. And maybe it was recency bias speaking during this last B-side, but here's how I felt about it. This is so hard. I genuinely want to say, like, hardest level design I've ever seen in a platformer, but I also don't want it to be recency bias. I just don't know. I don't even know what to think right now. Wait, go, go, go! Yes! Oh my gosh, no way I just made that. Yes! Finally! Oh my gosh! Say goodbye! Every B-side is complete. Those levels were insanely hard. Yo, I think we can get this platinum like tomorrow, man. I'm not gonna lie. 1 hour, 33 minutes. 703 deaths. Oh my gosh. Ready for a real challenge. C-sides have been unlocked and golden strawberries have appeared at the start of every chapter. C-sides are undoubtedly the hardest levels in the game, and getting the trophy for beating them all is my last one for the platinum. The golden strawberries are a different beast. At the start of a level, this golden strawberry will follow you, and if you die, you lose it. If you make it to the end of a level without dying, that strawberry is added to your collection. So the game does have no death runs, but just doesn't require them for the platinum. There are 25 of these total, and thank God I don't need to do them. But let's focus on the first C-side. This one is already significantly more difficult than the B-side. The only positive being that C-sides only consist of 3 screens total before they're over. But those 3 screens, especially the third, is going to make you rethink your decision to even play this game. All right, I want to see what one of these C-sides are like, so let's take a look. This already looks pretty crazy. All right, I can't even get through this first gap, bro. Yo, these gaps are insane. Come on, just let me get to that last gap, please. Bro, that last gap. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. But the second screen was actually easier and only took me about 2 minutes to get through. But like I said, the third screen is always the hardest, and it gives binoculars at the beginning so you can scope out the area before you go. And it took 15 minutes before I got my winning run. This clip was taken from my PlayStation, so there's no live comment reaction for beating it because I just wasn't recording on my PC when it happened. And just like that, 1 of 8 C-sides are done. It apparently took me 18 minutes and 53 seconds, but the timer restarts whenever you die on the first screen, so it definitely wasn't this fast. And I died 161 times. The death count is going to go up significantly when we get to the later C-sides. And you'll understand when you see how these levels are designed. This is pure evil. And let's just focus on the third screen of each C-side because these are always the hardest. And this one on 2C is already crazy. Is this the last screen already? Oh my gosh, it is, but look how long that is. What the? Yo, this is crazy. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know how I just did that. How did I just do that? Okay, you jump and then you drop. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is crazy. Man. Yo, that is... Do you see that? Yo, that is... I'm not gonna lie. That level design... absurd. No! Oh, wow. Okay. No, I missed it. No! Oh, I was at it. We got it. So that was actually easier than I thought it would be. Okay, so that one only took 15 minutes and only 57 deaths too. The last screen of 3C requires me to make my way through these blobs, then dash through these gems that refill your dash, avoid these 2 moving blobs here in midair, and finally figure out a way to cross this gap to reach the crystal heart. Oh yeah, and I have to do it all while avoiding Mr. Oshiro, who's charging at me constantly. Oh my gosh, and this dude's chasing me too. No, come on. All right, this is not too bad. Okay, I see. That should start to become more consistent. That is insane. You have to bounce off the dude. Yo, that is tough, bro. That is so tough. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. Oh, okay. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That one took 17 minutes and I died 135 times. 4C was probably the easiest seaside despite my hate for the wind mechanic. I got this one done in like under 15 minutes. It was really easy. Yes! We did it, we did it, we did it! That was the shortest seaside, and I died only 95 times, which is even lower than chapter 1. 5C threw a twist at me, because it was actually the first level that was giving me a ton of trouble in this one. Unfortunately, my clip here didn't capture my entire struggle, but I don't even know how I pulled this off. This took me forever. Oh! And remember when I said I needed to master the wall jump? Well, yeah, here's where that comes into play. Bro, why do they make wall jump like part of everything? It's so dumb. Okay. Ah. Wasn't prepared for that. Oh, you gotta do it again? Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Let's go. 18 minutes and 313 deaths. Sheesh. But that's still not the hardest. 6E was fairly challenging, but it wasn't anything impossible. At least not like the next one was. Yes! Was that even the way I was supposed to do it? I feel like it was not. I don't know. 26 minutes and 120 deaths. Not bad. 2 more seasides left for the platinum, man. But the time came for 7C. This seaside is unanimously agreed upon to be the hardest because it requires level of precision that we haven't seen yet in this game. And honestly, I'll just let the gameplay speak for itself. Just pay attention to the timer at the top left in between my attempts so you know how much time is actually passing. No! Yo, this is crazy, bro. No! I missed the stupid wall jump! Oh, I was flowing! This could end up being the hardest level out of any game, any platformer that I've played. It could be, depending on how long it takes. Based on like the design of it, it could be. Bro, I can't get past that. How much more is after that? Oh, we got a long way to go after that. Thank you, game. Thank you, game. Thank you so much for that. Oh, bro, I definitely jumped off that. How do you do that part? How do you do that part? Because that happened to me twice now. You have to jump off the cloud and then like go around. Wow, are you kidding me? Bro, again? How is that happening? You see, that's why I delayed. That's why I delayed. Exactly why. I don't know about getting it sub 1 hour. I don't think it's gonna be possible. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it's probable. Yes! Let's go! Oh my gosh! 7C done less than 1 hour. We actually did that. How many deaths? 293. So just one seaside left for the platinum, but little did I know this one would end up being the hardest for me, and it wasn't even close. The first screen introduces a brand new jump mechanic that has very inconsistent inputs. So here we go again, and I couldn't figure out how to do this jump. You're supposed to hold down right plus square, then X, and I was doing that, but it wouldn't work. But then why do I sometimes hit the top? Oh, come on. Like, I'm crouching and I'm still hitting the ceiling. I don't get it. I'm holding down the entire time. Why is it doing that? I'm just gonna hold it through every single death. I'm still holding down the entire time. I'm holding down the entire time here. Because you have to get lucky. Like, I'm literally holding it down right the entire time. That didn't even feel like satisfying to finish. It's just dumb. Now for the last screen to beat for the platinum. But unfortunately, it would also be the hardest. Visually, it does look easier than 7C, but practically it wasn't. Especially because right before the end of the level, I have to do that new mechanic 2 times in a row. Considering I got past the first screen by luck, I don't know how this is going to turn out for me. First, I want to show you an uncut run where I died to the first point that I would consider to be hard. And again, I want you to pay attention to the timer because it'll give you some more context as to how much time is passing in between attempts. That's so hard. Every time, I can't make it past that spike, bro. I was supposed to hit the switch, wasn't I? Oh no! Honestly, this is gonna end up taking me longer than 7C. What? I did not dash diagonal. And that was a big problem for me throughout the game, but especially on this level. I've been playing with the analog stick the entire time, and sometimes when it really feels like I'm dashing directly to the right, it sometimes makes me dash diagonally. Now the solution for this sounds very simple, just use the D-pad. And there have been other 2D platformers where I have used the D-pad because it felt better, but because this game has diagonal dashes, using the D-pad felt awkward to me. It just felt more natural to move the stick diagonally as opposed to pressing the 2 buttons at the same time to do a diagonal dash. That's just a personal preference, so I was just choosing comfort over more precision. So objectively, it's not really fair for me to complain about it, but obviously it was still annoying. I'm not doing diagonal dashes, man. Like, I'm not doing diagonal dashes. Like, I didn't dash directly right. I went diagonal that time. Like, 2 times in a row. I promise you I'm not dashing right. I'm not. I'm just not. Going slower for you this time, game. What do you do? 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 No, 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 no. There's actually no chance I win. So prepare for me to be here for the next probably two hours or so. The timer ran up all the way to the 2-hour mark, and I still could not progress. And if I wasn't dying because I was dashing in the wrong direction, it was something else I didn't understand. And I kept failing for another hour. So we're at 3 hours on this seaside so far. It's not consistent. There's no consistent way to prevent that, man. There's none. Every single time I've gotten to that jump, I do it. I hold down like you're supposed to, and it just hits the ceiling. And it's at times like this when I question why I even put myself through this. I could just get easier platinums and have a better time, right? Wrong. I hunt these platinums one by one for good reason. Struggle builds character, and each time I conquer a hard game, I have a new experience of overcoming adversity and adapting to what feels like hopeless situations. That's what makes these hard platinums fulfilling for me. It's the fact that I struggled and overcame. So even though my hand was cramping very badly, and even though I was mentally drained, this wasn't going to stop me, and neither will any of the hard platinums I may end up going for in future videos. I have a list here of games that are really hard to platinum, and while none of these are guaranteed, I hope to complete as many of these as I can, and Celeste is just another stop on this journey. And so after 3.5 hours, my attempts were finally starting to get somewhere. Bro, I'm holding it! I'm holding it! Hold it. Yes! Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! 3 hours and 35 minutes! Unbelievable, man. 40 hours for the platinum. How many deaths? 736. Oh my gosh. And just before we end, I need to give my ranking of the hard 2D platformers I've platinumed. For my ranking, I'd honestly have to put Celeste last for difficulty. Every game ahead of it requires some sort of no death run for their platinums, and usually speedruns too. Celeste platinum requires neither of those. But if the golden strawberries were needed for the platinum, I'm guessing this would be on the verge of passing Jump King, especially since I'd have to no death run chapter 9, which I didn't even play in this video. If you want to see more hard 2D platformers, check out my Jump King video, which actually brought me to tears.